It's Tuesday, January 28th, 2020. Here's what's happening. A convicted felon is facing charges after allegedly driving drunk. Plus, Jamestown's new mayor gives his State of the State address.
And a live look over Mayville shows you the cloudy skies out there. This will remain through the day, but weekend storm potential. We'll talk about it. The news starts right now.
From the team that puts coverage first, this is your source for breaking news. WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. Our top story today, Jamestown's new mayor presented his first State of the City address last night. Mayor Eddie Sundquist says that the city has many things to accomplish in 2020, and that starts with Jamestown's fiscal issues.
We have to recognize that we are a heartbeat away from a potential municipal bankruptcy. If we don't start to look towards the future, look at new revenue options in the city. Mayor Teresi was put in a very tight, difficult position. He got hit with a recession. He got hit with a whole bunch of lawsuits and things like that. I was simply talking about the speech of just where we're at as a city. It's important that we know where we're at to understand where we need to go.
Now, additionally, the mayor says improving city communications, addressing public safety concerns, developing the city's economy and housing stock, modernizing the city's tax structure, and engaging citizens with government is also on his agenda. A full copy of the mayor's State of the City report is posted right now at WNYNewsNow.com. Well, a Bemis Point man previously convicted of a felony is facing several charges after allegedly driving while intoxicated on Route 430 in Ellicott on Sunday. New York State police tell us that 32-year-old Jordan Eckwall was pulled over for speeding. Now, after failing several standardized field sobriety tests, troopers say Eckwall was taken into custody and his vehicle searched. Inside, police say they found a rifle, several rounds of ammunition, and a glassine envelope containing methamphetamine. Furthermore, police say that his driving privileges had been previously revoked due to a DWI conviction in the last 10 years, and a criminal history check revealed a felony conviction, and that prohibited him from owning the firearm. Eckwall faces several charges. Troopers say he was issued appearance tickets and released. And tonight, the village of Fredonia will find out which town will win a $500,000 transformation as part of the hit reality show Small Business Revolution. Following an online vote, the village made the top 5 with over 6,000 businesses nominated nationwide. The announcement will be live streamed by the Small Business Revolution team. Community members, officials, and business leaders will gather at the Fredonia Opera House and Performing Arts Center starting at 7 o'clock tonight for that 8 o'clock announcement. WNY News Now will post updates to this story once results are released. Pretty exciting. Well, the Jamestown Community Chamber of Commerce honored several businesses and organizations last night during its annual Salute to the Finest award dinner. Now, New Business of the Year was awarded to Fringe Hair Salon. Andrea Latona, owner of Full Moon Rising Bakery, was presented with a Young Business Person of the Year award. The Service to Humanity Award went to the Chautauqua Blind Association. The Pride of Jamestown Award was given to the Winifred Crawford Dilbert Boys and Girls Club here in Jamestown. JRSC Digital was named Business of the Year, and a special award was presented this year to Gear Done Company, the Hometown Legacy Award, in recognition of more than their 100 years of service in the Jamestown community. Now, the Chamber of Commerce Board President Vicki McGraw says it's important to patronize local businesses.
When you consider spending your dollars, if you spend them in a big box store, a chain facility, those dollars are going elsewhere. They are not supporting your community. If you spend it with a mom and pop shop, that money is paying for dance lessons, football jerseys, anything that you might consider being the heart and soul of your community.
Now, the Salute to the Finest was held at the Landmark Restaurant in Jamestown. Certainly great fun, and I want to give a special shout out to the JRSC crew, one of our sponsors here and community partners at WNY News Now. We appreciate you lending us a seat and some great conversation last night for sure. and congratulations on the award. Let's check in with the comments. Got to say hello to Joanna from the Chamber. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. She says, thanks for the coverage, and as always, we love being part of this community and really appreciate the open doors to several events, and we just love shining a spotlight on it. No pun intended if you were there last night, because our light was pretty bright. Sorry about that. Got to say hello to Adam. Good afternoon to Clark and Joseph as well. Mike and Pam are here watching. Hopefully you all are having a wonderful day. We appreciate you being here with us. Let's shift gears and check in with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by with a first look at our weather forecast. And Dakota, it does feel like winter out there today, that's for sure.
Yeah, it does, Jay, and happy Tuesday, everybody. And winter hasn't been here for a whole lot. I mean, we haven't had a whole lot of a winter so far. The high yesterday was 31, 36 in Dunkirk, 35 over in Erie. Those were the high temperatures yesterday. And I think we'll have a little bit more cloud cover around. So, I don't know, we'll see how we do with the temperatures. I think we'll be in the lower 30s through the day. Now, even though it's mainly dry on the radar, we've had a few of these little spotty snow showers coming through the area this morning. There will be a small chance for it tomorrow, but otherwise, it's almost going to be an exact clone of yesterday, where it's going to be on again, off again, light snow showers. And I don't think this is going to accumulate too much. If anything, less than a half inch, maybe even less than that. So it's not going to be a big deal. The clouds are socked in downtown right now. In the News Now cam 29 at noon hour at the airport. Northwest wind to 14. This is going to be a big piece of the forecast for the next couple of days. We have a northwest wind component coming in, a north wind component. So that will bring in the cloud cover and also keep our temperatures from warming up too much. 18 is the current wind chill index. So the high once again yesterday was 31, 28 this morning, 58 and 15 below zero are in the record books, both of those set in the early part of this century. So through the day, we'll be around 31 degrees at 1 o'clock. Small chance for a light snow shower, but again, it's not going to be a big deal, almost like the same thing yesterday. By the time we go to 5 o'clock, we'll probably be down to around 29. More clouds around will obviously help to kind of insulate us so our temperature doesn't fall. Same thing by the time at 10 o'clock, maybe 28. I don't think we're going to dip off too much further than that, maybe the mid to lower 20s tonight, but the weather turns quieter for the pretty much for the end of the week, but we're still keeping our eyes on the East Coast for a potential storm system. We'll talk about it in just a few. Back to you.
All right, Dakota, thank you very much. Coming up, a lot more to tell you about an important form change you should know about before filing your taxes this year. And later, a day dedicated to getting away. The details in just a few.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you. When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Welcome back. Well, tax forms can seem daunting and confusing, but in an effort to simplify the process, the IRS has overhauled the federal income withholding form. Mary Maloney has what we need to know about the new W-4.
For the first time in years, the IRS updated the Federal Income Withholding Form, or W-4. The change reflects the new tax code Congress approved in 2017. The new form has been divided into 5 steps, and you could skip questions that don't apply to your situation. One major change is that it took away allowances because the new tax law eliminated personal exemptions. Instead, the form directly asks you how many children and dependents you have, and you have to multiply that number by the amount of the federal tax credit. It also simplified the section about other income. Now you just have to check a box if you work 2 jobs, or if you have a spouse who works. You only need to fill out a W-4 if you started a new job in 2020. But tax specialists encourage workers to review their withholdings each year. If too little is deducted, you may get a smaller refund or possibly owe money at tax time. If too much is deducted, you might get a fat check at tax time, but you're basically giving the government a no-interest loan throughout the year. I'm Mary Maloney.
All right, Mary, thank you. The U.S. Census Bureau is recruiting to fill thousands of temporary positions ahead of this 2020 count, but the Better Business Bureau says beware of scams if you're looking to apply. Scammers are posting about open census jobs on the web and social media, then asking to be paid fees for applications or training. Now, that's a dead giveaway that it's a scam. Federal agencies never charge for their application fees. The Census Bureau will also not charge you for training or ask you to buy any equipment you might need for the job. Scammers may ask for personal information and banking information to run a credit card or set up a direct deposit. Sometimes they overpay victims with a fake check and then ask them to wire back the difference. These are all ways to get illegal access to your bank account. The Better Business Bureau is an important resource to help avoid employment scams. And if you're interested in getting legitimate work with the U.S. Census Bureau, you can go to their website or you can call the Census Bureau's job line toll-free at 855-JOB-2020. The number again is 855-JOB-2020. Well, it can be difficult to know how effective hand sanitizers are, and the Food and Drug Administration says not everything you see out there should be trusted. The agency wrote a strongly worded letter to Gojo, which makes Purell, warning the company to stop making unproven claims. Specifically, the FDA takes an issue with Gojo's site claiming that Purell will kill the Ebola virus. No hand sanitizers have been tested against Ebola. The letter also called out the company for claiming Purell kills MRSA, the other germs, and that can reduce student absenteeism by 51%. The FDA doesn't say these claims are definite. The issue is the agency forbids hand sanitizers from claiming they can protect people from getting sick. Only federally approved drugs are allowed to claim that. The FDA says if Purell wants to get approved as a drug, it can market itself however it can prove. If not, it has to stop making those claims. Well, the circumference of our belly, it may be more important than the number on the scale when it comes to determining a risk for multiple heart attacks, according to a recent study. Mandy Gaither explains more.
In the U.S., someone has a heart attack every 40 seconds, according to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention. A recent study suggests heart attack survivors who carry extra weight around their bellies are at greater risk for having another cardiovascular event. The research published in the European Journal of Preventive Cardiology showed the link was particularly strong in men. The study tracked more than 22,000 Swedish patients after a first heart attack and looked at the link between their waist circumference and events caused by clogged arteries like fatal and non-fatal heart attacks and strokes. Patients were followed for 9 years, with 7% of them experiencing another heart attack or stroke within about 4 years of their first event. Most of the patients had abdominal obesity. The risk for further cardiovascular events is thought to increase by more than 20% in men with waists larger than 41 inches and for women with waists larger than 38 inches. I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, Mandy, thank you very much. The study's author says a healthy diet and regular exercise are really the best ways to tackle belly fat. Certainly, Dakota, it is what it is. I mean, that extra muffin top, I don't know what to say.
My muffin top is wiggling. Okay.
Let's not be weird.
Well, I've got more of it down here than I'd like. So I totally understand.
You know what, though? I think life in moderation has been my philosophy for the past few years. People asked me at the start of the year, you going to do resolutions? No, I think that's kind of silly. Life in moderation, that's what I'm doing. So sweets, food, just, try to bring it in amounts that are sustainable to you. And, exercise is very good. It's hard during the winter. It really is. There's a park near my house, and I love walking there during the spring and summer, and even fall. I get bad fall allergies, so sometimes I don't go out too much. But the thing is, it's like during the winter, you're cooped up. So it's so hard.
Yeah.
And,
Unless you have a gym membership.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those things where, I don't want to go out.
Right. Maybe you're not as motivated as you normally are. So, nevertheless, Mike says beer. That's a good solution. Don't know if it'll help our issue down below. Joe says go to the Y. Yeah, they have one of the best gyms I think around for the price, certainly, and really connect to the community. So, thank you, Joe, for that. Got to say hello to Lauren. Hopefully you're doing well. Scott, Garrett, good to see you. Alberta as well. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon to Samantha and Norm. Hopefully you're all having a wonderful day. Let's switch gears and get a check of our First Defense weather forecast. And Dakota, what's the deal? Winter? Is it coming? Is it going? Do we know?
Well, the thing with winter is it hasn't shown up yet, but it might. It might at some point. Remember, winter is still young. Let's take a look at this. Now, in terms of snowfall, we are still running below average in terms of snowfall. Our snowfall for the month is up to 18.9 inches. That's 1.1 inches from, obviously, the other day, so we added that on. That brings our monthly total now to 40.1, but we're still running 20.2 inches below average. We should be almost, at this time of the year, we should be near 60 inches, and so we're running about 20 inches below average there. So we'll see if we can make that up, but because the weather's not going to be all that impactful, the ski resorts are going to be a good place to ski if you ski or snowboard. 12 to 36 inch bases at Peak and Peak, Pack Powder Surface, Holiday Valley 22 to 59, Hollyman to 26 to 56, and Mount Pleasant 8 to 15 inches. Most everybody machine groomed and Pack Powder surfaces. So the ski resorts are going to be the place to be. So here's what's coming up. Oh, it's boring. We're going to be bored in the weather department. But hey, our boredom is your gain. Get out and enjoy anything you want to do. It turns cooler tomorrow, though. I think we're going to be a little bit more cooler than we are today. Now, Thursday morning, we kind of hinted this yesterday about how temperatures could drop single digits. Not so sure on that, but some spots may. But it will be a cold morning on Thursday, so bundle up in the morning. You're not going to need the layers in the afternoon. But the weekend, still a coastal storm is possible. This is our next big thing. We've been kind of hinting this. So there's two potential scenarios that this storm could play out. If this takes a track closer to the coast, if it hugs the coastline, we're likely going to see some impacts from this Saturday and Sunday. What those impacts are, we don't entirely know at this point. Now, if it goes out to sea, takes a track further out into the Atlantic, then the impacts will be less. So we still have to figure this out. There's still not a lot of agreement in terms of the track. The two prime global computer models we use, one of them is showing closer to the coast. The other one is going this way. So there's still no agreement in the track. But once we get an agreement on this later in the week, the weekend weather is track dependent on where this storm will go. So that's something we still need to fine tune for the weekend. So here's the satellite and radar composite. You can see we have these clouds filtering in with that north to northwest wind component coming straight across the Great Lakes. So because we have that north wind component, it's going to be hard to clear out the cloud cover. So I think today will be mostly cloudy to complete overcast because it's just hard to clear out the clouds. We'll show you where the temperatures are going. We're starting this tomorrow at noon, and then this is by 2 a.m. Everybody probably down to the teens. Of course, the Lake Erie shoreline will stay likely in the 20s. You stay warmer overnight this time of the year, and probably once you drop into the valley, single digits. It's looking like now maybe the lower elevations may stay in the teens, but this is still going to be a cold morning. And then as we move this through to about 6 or 7 a.m. tomorrow morning, again, we'll start to rebound a little bit, but it will be a cold start. So if you dress in layers on, in the morning on Thursday, you won't need them for the afternoon hours. So it's going to be one of those things where layers on, layers off kind of thing. That's how winter works around here most of the time. So here's what's going on here today. Temperatures down into the lower 30s. Small chance for a scattered snow shower through the day. But again, it's a very small chance of that, maybe about 30%. And if it even accumulates, less than a half inch of accumulation. So not a big deal. Almost a rinse and repeat. repeat of yesterday. Next 7 days of your life coming up right now. 27 tomorrow. That's our average high. Again, that's cooler. That's below average where we should be. Again, Thursday, we start the morning cold. We're forecasting our average low around 11. That still may need to be adjusted. So tune back in tomorrow and we'll have an adjusted number on that. 21 as we start Friday. We're back up to 33. We're monitoring that East Coast storm potential Saturday and Sunday. The impact still not known at this point. We're just too far out. And then Friday, maybe a few rain and snow showers with highs back into the mid-30s. Jay and Norm?
All right, Dakota, thank you very much. Norm's here with a look at what's coming up in sports.
Yes, Justin, up next, JHS's varsity boys basketball team have a conference game tonight. We'll tell you the details and more when WNY News Now returns.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Tuesday, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. At 7:30 tonight, the Jamestown Red Raiders varsity boys basketball team will be hosting a conference game versus the Lancaster Legends. Jamestown is 8-5 on the season and won their last game 74-64 over the Clarence Red Devils last Saturday, extending their winning streak to 3 games. On the opposing end, Lancaster is 12-2 and defeated the Orchard Park Quakers 65-54 in their last game, which was also last Saturday. Tonight, with a 7 o'clock puck drop, the Buffalo Sabres return to action as they will host the Ottawa Senators. Buffalo is currently in 5th in the Atlantic with 51 points, 8 points behind the Toronto Maple Leafs. Meanwhile, Ottawa is second to last in the Atlantic with 43 points, 15 points ahead of the last place Detroit Red Wings. The game will be televised on MSGB and the NHL Network. Also in play tonight with a 7 o'clock tip-off, the 13-34 New York Knicks will be on the road against the 15-31 Charlotte Hornets. New York is coming off of a 110-97 win over the Brooklyn Nets in their last game last Sunday. On the opposing end, Charlotte is riding an 8-game losing streak, including a 116-103 loss to the Milwaukee Bucks last Sunday. The Hornets are in 12th in the East, while New York is 13th. The game will be televised on MSG. That's it for sports today. Back to Justin and Dakota.
All right, Norm, thank you very much. Well, with a full set of vacation days yet to be taken for most workers, now's the time to start planning that getaway because it's National Plan a Vacation Day. So whether you would like to swap the cold for some warmer temperatures or check a bucket list location off your list, the final Tuesday in January serves as a reminder not to let too much time pass before booking travel. Project Time Off says planning a vacation helps improve relationships, health, and happiness at work, so don't let those days go to waste. A few quick and easy tips: calculate how many days you have to take, check your calendar, and share your plans with your family, friends, and employees. Boy, that warm sun, that looks pretty good.
So, let's see here. Where are you going on vacation?
Well,
you have a vacation lined up this year?
I do. We're going to Virginia Beach, and it should be a really good time. We're doing that in May-ish, so end of May almost. So right before like their official start of the season, which is good because then the prices
best
are a
time to
little lower.
go, honestly, the best time to go on vacation if you want to go to like Florida or somewhere where it's warm with the beaches, the best time to go is in the winter.
Yeah.
Because in the summer you have to deal with spring break and you know the summer vacation and it's packed. But the best time to go is like now when it's winter, people are not out on the beaches too much. Of course, it's not as warm, but who cares? If you don't like people, go this time of the year.
Right.
This is when you need to go on vacation.
And I had a friend who just I talked to her last night at that chamber event, and she just got back from Florida, and her friend down there was all bundled up, you know, and she's like shorts and a t-shirt, just chilling out in the sun, you know, because it's for us Western New Yorkers. I mean, 60 degrees is great.
Yeah.
And I'll take it. I'll take anything above 40, actually.
I mean, you know, for those of us who live in a colder, I don't want to say colder climate, but you know, for those of us who experience all four seasons,
Right.
I mean, you know, what we think of as cold, I mean, you know, I don't think we think of it as frigid until it gets into the single digits around here.
Right.
But then you go down to somewhere like Florida, 35 degrees is a cold snap to them. But then on the opposing end, when we get above 80, we're like, oh my God, it's so
it's
hot.
hot. Right.
But then the people the people who live down south laugh at us.
Right.
You know?
Joe says he's going to Florida. I hear you, Joe. Beautiful down there. Renee, good afternoon to you. Hello to Lori as well. Hopefully you're all doing well. Well, let's shift gears and get a final check of our weather forecast. And as you may have noticed, we're debuting a new feature today where we have the weather graphics up on the screen. Pretty cool.
So here's the 7-day. I mean, you know, essentially we don't even need to take the 7-day full.
No, actually, yeah.
So we
You
can
can
just
just
point to it back
point to
here.
it.
So here's the 7-day. My IFB just fell out, so I'm going to take it fully out. So 31 degrees today will be our high. Little accumulation out of the snow, if anything. 27 tomorrow. Cooler. Now we start we start Thursday around 11, but I think some spots will be warmer than that, so we may have to revise that low temperature, come back tomorrow, and we'll see what it is. And again, for the weekend, we're monitoring that East Coast storm system. If it takes a track further to the coast, we'll be more impacted by it. If it takes a track further out to the Atlantic, then we'll probably see less impacts. And I can't hear what our producer's saying because I didn't put my IFB back in, so
You're good.
they're probably yelling, so I should
I
put
got
that
you.
back in.
No, he just said go to hell, Dakota.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny. Renee says, I like how it works. Yeah, me too. It's pretty cool. So we can put pretty much anything up there. I mean, we can, we have our logo. We have the HD News Now cam. I believe we can do the HD News Now cam. So pretty cool nevertheless. Dakota, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's going to do it for us today. Oh, there's his weather graphics. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading our mobile app. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. We leave you with the HD News Now. See you tomorrow.